Hello everybody, welcome to the Comic and Movie Show. My name is Deshaun and today I am here to give you my thoughts on where is Steve Rogers, aka OG Cap. Now, this topic came up because earlier today, I believe his name is Malcolm Spellman, the head writer on Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and the person who is the head writer, at least he's writing the first draft on Captain America 4, which will star Sam Wilson. At least that's what we think. All of these are rumors, really. At least there's rumors of who it's going to be. So at least Anthony Mackie may not know about it. Either way, we know that they're probably making a Captain America 4. It's either going to be a Captain America 4 or Falcon and the Winter Soldier Season 2. We don't know. Or Captain America and the Winter Soldier Season 2. We don't know. All we know is we will get a follow-up to the events of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. There will be a follow-up. There will be something that happens that follows up these events, to follow up with these characters. So that's all we know for sure, and Malcolm Spellman is working on it. But a little tidbit that he dropped was he was asked a question about did they think about bringing Chris Evans back to play Old Man Cap and Old Man Rogers, and he it was a pause thing here. Not only did he kind of say, we talked about it, he said that he asked Kevin Feige multiple times, where is he? And Kevin refused to tell him. Which blatantly means to me, the fact that he was like, we talked about it, the look he had on his face, I'm going to just say nothing. I'm not saying anything. The look on his face, the way he was acting, it's very clear. And from him saying that he had asked Kevin Feige about it, and Kevin Feige himself won't speak on where Steve is. And the fact that even that more evidence in the show that they were going out of their way not to answer that question, to just leave it vague, it's very clear to me that Captain America is still alive. That old Steve Rogers is still alive. He isn't dead. That's kind of been a discussion that's been going throughout the entire show. I had thought that perhaps they might have him have a small little cameo, just to answer that question, just to seal that up, to set it up to work what he might be doing now. But it makes sense a bit, though, that they might hold off on that just for the actual movie, so they can show him back up in the movie. So it could be a nice little legacy thing. Yeah, Sam, Bucky, Steve, and Sharon. You have those characters in this movie, in the Captain America 4 movie, and so that might be cool. But in my opinion, he is alive. Not only is he alive, he's probably with Shield. With Sword. He's probably on the base with Nick Fury. It's either two things. He's either on the base with Nick Fury, up in outer space, chilling, giving his expertise. Because you have to remember, this version of Steve Rogers would have lived a very long life. He would have lived, like, Peggy died in 2016. And, in MCU continuity. So he would have lived long enough to see Tony Stark, long enough to meet Sam Wilson. He would have lived long enough to do so many things, have so many experiences, maybe interact, maybe like whatever. I've made the observation that, not that I'm the only one who did that, whatever reality he went to, like when he made that parallel reality where he was living with Peggy Carter, and whatever happened to him down there, that world might be a utopian kind of a world, or at least a bright future kind of version of the MCU world. Certain characters are probably still alive in that world. Certain people are probably living better lives in that world. Howard Stark and Maria are probably still alive to raise Tony, to be in Tony's life, so Tony's not as bad. Like, there's probably all kinds of stuff that happened in that other reality. So he has extra knowledge that he could probably can be given, because in the comic books, because recently I actually started reading the all new Captain America, the Sam Wilson books. Because on Marvel Unlimited, when a Marvel thing comes out, they typically start promoting a lot of the books. And they started promoting the books, on Marvel Unlimited, and I started reading some of the new Sam Wilson Captain America books. And it was fascinating to see, and I had heard about this, but I hadn't really read about it. It's fascinating to see old man Steve. Like, he's old, he can't really do anything. but he still has his mind. He's still a tactician. He still knows he's in a position to still be a commander. To still be like in a position like a commanding position. So it would be kind of cool to see old Steve Rogers, as like the head of Sword, of like the head of Sword, the guy who's running things. Either that, or he's in a retirement home. He's in a retirement home. No one knows it's him, because you gotta imagine too, Steve Rogers looked young as hell, and the thing about getting old is, at least like as far as I've seen, is so you don't look like you don't sometimes look like yourself. Like, sure, if someone who's known you, like say you're 75 or 80, someone who's known you, your kids, your grandkids, like they know it's you. But someone who like doesn't know it's you, but someone who like only saw you when you were young, when you were like with some dude who only saw you when you were like 20, he might not recognize you at 80, like and you didn't see him before. Again, they might not recognize you at 80. Steve looks very different. I mean, me and you could tell that's Steve, but an average person would not be able to tell that was Steve Rogers. It's not exactly, an average human being would not be able to tell that's Steve Rogers. So he could very easily, and not to mention, Sword, Nick Furry, and everyone could very easily set him up with a new identity. With a whole new identity, with a whole new thing. And the reason I think that he's alive, and they keep saying he's gone, but that they never said dead. They never say dead. And the reason that I know he's not dead is, one, I actually do believe those reports about Chris Evans having discussions about coming back, but I don't think they're completely what people think they are. A lot of people just kind of jump to the conclusion that, if Chris Evans is coming back, he's just going to become Captain America again, Sam's going to go back to Falcon. They're not going to do that. First of all, black fandom in general would lose their ever-loving mind if you just gave Sam the title and just swiftly took it away from him, just to give it back to Steve after, it'd be like, well, what was the point of everything we just watched? So they're not going to do that. Sam is Captain America for at least the foreseeable future, until the future, until the franchise, until in the future, until but I don't think Steve's gonna come back and just become Captain America. If they do make a movie, which some people think they are making a separate movie, like they're making another movie with Steve Rogers, it will be about Steve returning the stones, or it'll be about Steve in the new reality trying to make things right. That's all it's going to be if they do a movie. But it's not going to be about Steve Rogers coming back and taking up the shield and becoming Captain America again. That's not going to happen. Even in the comic books, when Steve got his youth back and came back and whatnot, he didn't immediately take up the shield and become Captain America. In fact, he only became Captain America when Sam decided he didn't want to do it anymore. Because Steve wasn't going to take it from him. Steve was cool just being Steve Rogers, commander, head of shield. He was cool being the last resort. He was in a Nick Fury position in the comics, which is what I hope he becomes. Because it was cool seeing Steve in a Nick Fury position where he's got these these monitors all around him. He's in direct contact with the Avengers. The Avengers trust him, so he's in direct contact with the Avengers. He's in direct contact with all these different superhero groups. And, he doesn't get directly involved in things because he doesn't need to. He can use his tactical mind to help people win. And if he needs to get his hands dirty and get out and about and get in the fray, he can do so. But he's going to let Sam be Captain America. And I believe that's what's going to happen in the MCU. Steve Rogers might return, but even if he does, get younger and become, and we get Chris Evans back in the MCU, it's gonna be on a smaller scale. He's not gonna be like the star of anything. It's gonna be like Robert Downey Jr. just showing up here and there, as a supporting character. He's not gonna take up the shield. He's gonna let Sam be Captain America, and he might take up a more Nick Fury style role. Plus, we have I feel like this way they can kill him. And because Marvel bought themselves some awesome time, because they got to have a satisfying ending while simultaneously bringing him back, so that way when they kill him later, it can be emotional. Because I actually don't think they're ever gonna I don't think Robert Downey Jr. is coming back. If Robert Downey Jr. comes back, it will be in a temporary thing for a Avengers movie. It'll be some time loop-de-doop shit, and he'll be in it, and they'll have an interaction for a movie or two for the Avengers 1, Avengers 2, and then he'll be gone. He's not gonna come back, but I do think Chris Evans will come back. but in a smaller capacity role as a supporting character. He'll come back as old man Steve Rogers at first, eventually get eventually get youthened up by some kind of method. He'll get youthened up, and then he'll just become like a supporting. He'll still become a supporting character, but he won't take the shit away from Sam. He'll allow Sam to still be Captain America. He'll see what Sam's been doing with the shield, and he'll be like, I can do other things. And like, it might be a good little story for him. He'll just be like, I can help the world without punching people. And, you know, this is a different Steve Rogers, by the way, because like that's why I don't think he would take it back anyways. Because this is a totally different Steve Rogers. He's lived an entire life. He's seen so much. He's been through like a beautiful, you know, different things. This isn't a lost man who all he knows is war. This is a man who's seen more than that. So I couldn't see him. I don't see him getting back in the fray regardless. You know, so I personally believe you will see Steve Rogers in Captain America 4 as an old man. He will be a supporting character for Falcon. Eventually, he will die. And like they're just setting it up. As far as I can tell, they're really setting that up. But anyways, thank you guys for joining the Copycat Movie Show. Please like, subscribe, and what do you think happened to old man Steve Rogers? Is he alive? Is he dead? Where is he? Is he in outer space? Is he in a retirement home? What do you think they're gonna do with him? And are you excited for the concept of a Captain America 4 with our new captain, Sam Wilson? Thank you guys for joining the Copycat Movie Show. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.